Thank you very much. I'm here actually to introduce Dave, but before I introduce him, I've got a few words of my own, if you don't mind. I agree with Doug completely. This is an important industry, and Windsor Raceway is a valuable economic asset, especially when we talk about economic diversification in this area. I remember the glory days of Windsor Raceway. I remember when the parking lot used to have thousands of cars and the tour buses, and the great way to spend the day in there. But look at the way it is right now. It really saddens all of us that we have lost this important economic asset. And we're not just losing one business here, we're losing practically an industry. And as Doug was saying, this is an important industry. When you look at just the ripple effect alone, the industry, the suppliers, the people who supply the suppliers, why should we let an industry like this dwindle like that? Why? And why are we not doing something about it? So it is very important for you to get together and organize. There's always safety in numbers. And you know how it is in a democracy? The squeaking wheel gets all the oil. So if you don't squeak, there will be no oil. And the way to squeak well and to squeak hard is to get organized and have a bigger voice. And I hope this will be a good starting day for you to get organized as an industry, not as an individual, and exert the real impact that your economic impact contributes to this area and to the province. These are my few words, but then I want to get to introducing David. I first got to know David. You all remember the DRTP, the Detroit River Tunnel Partnership, that was going to put a highway that will go in a tunnel that will cut through South Windsor and South Wood Lakes and all these areas. And I was a consultant for this project. And then they were having a meeting at Cleary Auditorium. And so I had to go to that meeting. The client asked me if I would go to the meeting to see what the citizens are saying. And this is the first time I see this guy. He stood up, he spoke. I was so overwhelmed by his sincerity and his emotions and articulateness that I went and resigned the consultancy the following day. I said, I'm not going to, if this is the way the citizens feel, I'm not going to be involved in a project like this. I love this community. I do what's good for the community, not just for the sake of a few bucks. So David convinced me that night. I never knew him before, never saw him before, but he convinced me that night to leave this well-paying consulting job and just to really focus on what is important for people. When I heard David the first time at Clear, I said, my God, this guy should run for office. I mean, he's so nice, he's so sincere, so credible, so believable. He should be running for office. And guess what? The following year, I see him running for council. He runs and he wins with a wide margin. I understand it was over 10,000. Even the people who had a permanent seat on city council did not even get 6,000. But Dave is a newcomer coming out of nowhere and gets 10,000 twice in a row.